So let's talk about Web3 and Pi Network. What is it? Who's got it? How can I get some? All that different stuff. So, um, kind of want to go back in my personal history a little bit to kind of explain or maybe explain why I'm so excited about the Web3 aspect of Pi Network. Um, Back in 1998, 99, was my freshman year of high school, ninth grade. And then computers were really coming out. The internet was starting to get a little bit mainstream. Um, I can remember getting the AOL CD disc to put into your computer, and that would give you a month of free AOL internet, access to the internet. And you could, it was amazing. There was like chats, and you could talk to people on the other side of the planet. And it was kind of crazy. So, anyways, moving forward over the next couple of years, all I did was computers. I was on the computer all day, every day, um, programming using Visual Basic and C. I was, 17, 18 years old, and it was all pretty new um, to me. Visual Basic wasn't brand new. But I was, kind of intermediate level. I knew some stuff. um, so going into junior year of high school, I was way into computers, took every class they had on website design or programming, anything like that, um, which really wasn't much of anything. um, but my dad died into junior year of high school, and I pretty much didn't go back to high school junior year um, in 2000. And so 2001, 2002, the start of my senior year, I pretty much went to college and high school. So I went to high school all mornings during the afternoon, and then at night I went to community college to get extra credits to make up for the year that I missed before. So I was taking college level, beginner level classes on um, HTML because this was Web 1.0 time frame. So really simple web pages. When Java started really kind of coming out, I can't give a date, but it was around that time. And you could write code to have like stars follow the mouse pointer on the web page. It was amazing. I did it every web page. So just the evolution of everything. And then I was graduated high school and I was just going to college. Um, and I went blind. I was going to a good school for computer networking and programming. And out of nowhere, I went blind from a rare disease. And my involvement in the world of technology and everything since, well, I guess it was uh, before the iPhone, before the Samsung Galaxy One, like the first one. uh, I didn't really use cell phones or texting or stuff like that. I have to use a magnifier, and to text and type on the keyboard is a pain in the ass. So really, since 2004, when I went blind and I was going to college for networking and programming, um, my involvement in technology has been whatever fits in the little circle. So, one aspect of Pi Network that really excites me, because Web 2.0, the Facebooks, the MySpace, the Amazon, the shopping, the apps, the internet, the world as we know it now. I mean, nowadays I kind of, shop online and Google things, and I'm not completely shut out of the world, but the way that I can use technology and different things, it's just different and less, I guess. um, so being a part of Pi Network, and I'm a part of this, and so are you. If you've been mining, or you're mining, or you have coins and are to the mainnet, talk about that in a minute. So basically, I'm really excited that I'm going to get to be a part of Web 3.0, like the next evolution of how these interactions between us and the connectivity of the internet and how it's going to be utilized. So essentially, I think that in a sense, we're building our own internet sort of thing. We are, but we aren't. That it's just like an internal thing. We're using the internet, but building our own world within that internet, I guess. So, Pi is going to be a big driver in Web 3.0. And all of us that have been mining, and like I said, we got coins and everything to the mainnet, and taking part in the ecosystem, using the different apps or utilities within the Pi browser, Chainmall, Taxi, different things. We're all a part of Web 3.0 because all of those things are hosted on Web 3.0, hosted on our blockchain. What? So this might help understand that a little bit. And this is just how I think about it, how I understand it. I haven't seen a video by the core team. They said, this is exactly how it works. And but it's kind of how I understand it. And just a little bit of technology I've been able to keep in touch with, I guess, over the years. This might help explain it a little bit. I live here in Seattle. I live just a little bit south of Seattle, in Auburn, and I grew up 5 minutes from the Space Needle. So in Seattle, not downtown, but the closest suburb to downtown, Burien. And basically all of the big technology of the world is kind of based here in my general state or area. Seattle area's got a lot of big technology. Microsoft, Starbucks, T-Mobile, Alaska Airlines. There's so much big technology and company, corporation in Seattle, like Amazon. You wouldn't believe the amount of just space and land and buildings and warehouses Amazon has in the Seattle area. I just moved 15 minutes south of my last house, but Amazon built a warehouse almost a mile long. Thing is gigantic. I think at the time I heard something about the biggest warehouse in the United States, and I believe it. It was the size of like my whole city I grew up in. You could drive from 180th to 108th, and like it's all a Burien, and put it inside this warehouse. It seems so big. So another thing that Amazon has got, and because it's kind of local, over the years I've just heard local news stories and stuff like that. Here in Redmond, which is maybe 25 minutes north of me, that's where their server farms are. And the amount of servers, and like you've heard, like the people mining Bitcoin, they got a ton of servers and everything, and it's a lot of computer power. You wouldn't believe the amount of servers that are here in Washington for all these big companies. It's crazy. Like in the news story, I'm remembering they did like a kind of a quick pan through the area, and it was just more servers and computers, whatever, uh, than you can imagine. It was insane. So the way I see it, Pi Network, and this all working. And I haven't had anybody important tell me this. It's just kind of how I see it and how I understand it. Um, the nodes in the last video, I explained how I see it. When we download the program, I want to be a node. We go to whatever is MindPy and download the node and install it on our computer and get past the firewalls, which was my problem. I couldn't do it, so I don't have a node. Uh, but everybody who has a node set up is a little part of those servers in Redmond for Amazon I was talking about. Like Amazon has every web page, all of their back office stuff, like everything's stored on these servers. I imagine it's kind of the same thing for Pi in, like the Pi utilities we've been talking about. Pi Chain Mall is just easy one to remember. All of that information, all of their websites, whatever, the apps or utilities we're going to be able to scan through and see what products they offer and what we want. That's all going to be stored on our blockchain. And one thing that makes me think this is how it works is over the last, what has it been, 2 months, 2.5 months now? No, 2 months. Different utilities like PyTaxi, PyChainMalls, and different things have posted on their Twitter accounts that they've been migrated to mainnet. Now, does that mean that their whole website, back office, all of their items, we're on their website, we can scroll through and say, I want that white shirt, scroll, and that blue shirt, scroll, and that green shirt. And at Amazon, all of those shirts are located in the same place on those servers in Redmond. For Pi, we don't have that. We have, you can have 400 megabytes off my computer, and then, there's thousands of them all over the world. So for the company that I want to buy a white, a green, and a blue shirt from, now I want to go and do that on our network in the enclosed chain mall on the different utilities and stuff. But I want to choose the same, red, green, blue shirts. Are all of those shirts stored in one place? And this is another aspect of it. There's no server ever at Amazon that's going to go down. Like their company ain't going to notice or be stopped, They're big. They got it. They're not going to shut down because one thing went out. But to take that over to the Pi Network, and there's, say a green shirt stored on this person's computer, a blue shirt stored on this person's computer, and a red shirt over here. So if the blue shirt's computer is not on, I can't access the files that hold the blue shirt on my CPU that I said, hey, Pi, you can use this. Not a problem. But hey, turn on your computer because, hey, Pi can't access that. Is that how it works? Don't know. If a blue, a white, and a red shirt are stored in 10 different places, because that's not that much info. So it's on 10 different computers, and if 3 people's computers are down, they still have it. I don't know. All this information will be kind of revealed over time, I guess. I couldn't even have known any of this info. We weren't to mainnet, and a lot of different things haven't happened. So as time goes, we kind of, things are revealed and we learn more. Um, but that's one aspect of it that I'm not clear on at all, is if that's really how it works, if these utilities or apps are uploading all of their data information, like the websites and how many are left, the stock, different things like that, everything to a website. If that's on the blockchain, which I think it is, and then if one person's computer's down that has that piece of information, how does that work? Everybody in the whole Pi community can't access that blue T-shirt. That doesn't make good business sense. So are those stored in multiple places? Yeah, just over time. Oop, that's not a Pepsi. Told you I'm blind. Arr. But over time, more will be revealed, and we'll learn how it actually works instead of my ideas from keeping up with technology and kind of being in the know. That's not the right way to say that. Just not being dumb because I've been around it, I guess. Just because I can't click on everything very well for the last years, I've taken lots and lots and lots of vitamins and gotten vision back, so it's better than it used to be. But being able to take part in the evolution of technology and just how this is all going to work and how I think it's going to work is really exciting to me. Like, we as pioneers have been mining and everything, and that's building and contributing to the ecosystem and the network and all of those different things. And once we get, with time, all of these different utilities and apps and everything up and running, and in a lot of places around the world, it might be used like as much as I use Amazon, because we order crap from them every day almost, it seems. And I think that the application of the different utilities and stuff, and being able to use your Pi to pay for your dinner at a restaurant, that would be so cool. I would love to do that. Because take all my friends and family out to eat and then be like, pay, pay with my Pi. And they're like, you did what? I told you for years, guys. But to get to that place here, I think it's going to take a lot longer than a lot of other places around the world, because we have a hard time adopting new things here. Especially that the masses don't see as vital or necessary to help basically people achieve everyday things. We already got that. So with time, Pi is, I think, going to take over a lot of that. Like, I don't want to say any names. Credit card processing fees. My family's been business owners since like I was, I don't know, 10 or something like that. And just conversations around the dinner table. Throughout life, I've heard of, fees and crap that you got to pay for all the processing for credit cards, when customers come and pay. And, I think that's going to be one thing about Pi that is going to help nudge its way into markets like some of the Western cultures of America. And we all want to pay less money for crap, right? Especially once we buy something and then we got to pay to buy it. Processing fees, they they cost a lot of money sometimes. So that's the majority of what I've got about Web3 and Pi is our utilities. What the hell? Utilities are going to be hosted on our blockchain, which is made up and created by people in our community, pioneers who have set up nodes. It's all us. I think that over time, it's just gonna keep on going and going and going. It's like, in one aspect, I think counting the right way, 1, 2, 3, like the third world or the West. I don't know this crap. America will be last, but that's first, which is better, I think, because it will show America um, business. Secondarily, I guess American people will see it before American business will utilize it. And it's, like I said, the processing fee, that's one thing I think gonna help the business on the back end of the people get onto Pi, and that's gonna help it in more of the Western culture or countries kind of grab a hold and become a thing. Because the paper dollar that keeps ripping, those things suck. um, so that's pretty much it. That's most of my thoughts on Web3 and how I think of it working and the value of it. It's us. It's all us. And, I think that's really good. Built, empowered by the people. And as more things are revealed and time goes by and I learn things and they learn things, and this project is way bigger and way better than I could have ever imagined. And I'm sure I'll say that again in 6 months. And 6 months after that. Go Pi.